one typically for students to tie is this next one, and it's because on this one and this one and this one and this one and this one, you are tying flat surface, big flat surface, and big flat surface to each other. On this one, we're going to be tying a big flat surface to the edge, which makes it a little bit more difficult sometimes. So it's going to take some time, and you're going to have to practice it, and you're probably not going to get it right first off, and that's not a big deal. As well, you actually don't have to do it exactly the way that I've shown you. As long as you can get it together and your string is super, super tight, life is good. You don't have to do it exactly the way that I've shown you. And so the way that I choose to do it, once again, just like on these ones with the yarn, I'm going to tie off onto one of these. So I'm just going to do a double knot, or a square knot, or a granny knot, or whatever kind of knot you want to tie. I'm just going to do the double knot over the top of it here, so that way it's not going to come off. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim this edge just so it's easier to work with. Okay, now the trick with this one is getting it, I'm going to adjust this real quick, it's a little bit tight. The trick with this one is getting it tight and getting it in the right spot. So now you'll notice with this one, once again, it's just another X. That's all it is. You have your toothpick going this way, or sorry, popsicle stick going that way, and your popsicle stick going this way. So once again, just like the other one, you're gonna do X's. That's all you're gonna do. So I'm gonna come across the middle, and I'm gonna go over this thing diagonally, and you're gonna notice that I'm pulling tight, but you're also gonna notice that I'm holding this one with my hand, and you want to hold it with your hand. So I'm gonna go diagonally across it, and I'm pulling it just as tight as I can blasted get that thing. And you go across it that way. And then what you do is you go across it the other way. So I'm holding it tight, going across, going down underneath, and this one, especially with all of them, but especially this one, you don't go fast. Just go nice and easy. Make sure you're getting it. And you'll just notice that I'm just going diagonal. And once I've gone diagonal around that one that way, then I go the other way. You're gonna get a lot of it wanting to come like this because it wants to go big surface to big surface. That's not a big deal. So if it keeps doing this, just take your time, make sure you adjust it, and then what you want to do is after you adjust it, just try and hold it. If you need to have a partner work with you and have a partner hold this and you hold the bottom part, that would actually be very, very wise. But you're gonna go, once again, you're just doing diagonals. You're going diagonally across this thing. You're gonna go twice one way and hold it tight. Oh, and mine wants to move, so I'm just gonna hold it the best that I can. And then you go twice the other way and hold it tight, right? The trick to this one, oh dear. All right, that was awesome. The trick to this one is not only this, holding this where it needs to be, but the other trick is making it tight. So you'll notice it fell over, that's no big deal. I'm just gonna hold it with my hand and I'm pulling that thing stinking tight. And then there's 2 more steps. The next step you'll notice is you'll see there's this surface where this thing meets with this thing, right? Here's what you want to do. You want to wrap it around the middle. It's called frapping. If you wrap it around the middle like this, you're going to do that and you're going to pull it really, really tight. This is actually going to keep it from falling and going fat surface to fat surface. And then I'm going to wrap it again like this. And you can do that 2 or 3 times. And that's gonna keep it where it's supposed to be. And then after that, it's just like the other ones. You need to finish it off somehow. So the way I like to finish it off, once again, is I go over my thumb, underneath the stick, and then I thread it through. And you do that 2 or 3 times. Or 3 or 4 times. The more you do it, the more likely it is going to stay. And you want to make sure that it's pretty doggone tight. There. And then you cut it off. And then this one's a little bit farther in and I'm gonna wanna scoot it over here. So that way I will have room to put this one in. And then the other one, I'd tie it the exact same way and I'd have my upright.
Nice.